What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So it's Monday, back on the grind. If we have a look at what's going on, sound the alarms, ring the bells. We have officially hit a new 2019 all-time high for Bitcoin. But seriously, guys, it's still Monday. We have to be realistic. Why are we pumping? What's going on? Let's talk about it. But before we do, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys are awesome. And if you haven't got subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We do this every single day. Also, today is the Ledger Nano S giveaway. That'll be at the end of the video. You guys know what to do. Drop a comment on any video and you will be eligible. But before we move on, guys, first, we must have a moment of silence for the $131.4 million of liquidated shorts. All right, hopping into the market, let's give this a quick refresh live. Bitcoin up 10%. Clearly, Bitcoin is leading the way. We do have Litecoin and EOS up 13, though. They're doing pretty well. For the most part, though, not too many of these guys outpacing Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance up to 57.4%. That's up 1% since just yesterday. Let's give it a quick refresh. Let's really have a look at what's going on. So, basically the same, having a little bit of a, minor pullback. Not much, about $1 billion overall in the entire market. Now, we do have volume saying that it's $91 billion overall on CoinMarketCap, $28 billion on Bitcoin. If we come over here and have a look at on-chain FX, we can actually see that Bitcoin had a real 24-hour volume of 1.7 billion, which is up well over $1 billion since our last time we checked. So that is definitely good moving forward. And if we have a look at some of these big gainers of the day, Maximine Coin, well, it's been a while. So Maximine Coin up 41%, Crypto.com 36%, Dent 26, MadeSafe 19, BitTorrent 19. So we're seeing some big gains up here, guys. Metaverse, Bitcoin SV, EOS, Litecoin, NEM, Ravane, Sentiment, Tron, Basic Attention, Komodo. So let's just be honest, it's a good day in the markets moving forward. And yeah, like I said, guys, we are seeing that Bitcoin dominance go up and we are seeing volume. Regardless of, whether or not it's actually fake volume or not, we're just seeing massive reports of increase in volume. So we will take it. We will take it. Also, having a look at what's going on right here, you notice that we're in that sort of range where now we don't know what to do. We had that massive pump. We're having a neutral over at Binance. Bitfinex is showing buy, and BitThumb and Bitflyer are both showing sell. So what's going on? What's happening? Let's have a look. Where are the longs and shorts? So you see the longs are a little bit higher right now, so that's saying that maybe there still is some positive sentiment in the space. So that's something to take, with a grain of salt, as well as the crypto fear and greed index, which is now showing around 70. So I want to talk about what happened, and then I want to talk about maybe why it could have happened, because I want to show you some massive, massive whale movement that went on conveniently just before the pump. We're going to have a look at that as we move forward. But talking about what was going on yesterday, if you guys literally go back to yesterday's video, it was called Massive Move for Bitcoin. Possibly we were looking at it. So obviously the situation was we were touching this trend line again for, arguably it was more than just the third time, but it was like the third time we were really trying to touch it without having a pullback. And I basically said, if we were to break anywhere into this pink region right here, that was going to be short-term bullish. We broke into it, obviously had no problem blasting through the next level at $8,331. And now currently we have been stomped out by this, it's like $8,944. So just before 9,000, we got stomped out. Now, I want to just revert really quick before we keep looking into the charts. This is the tweet that Maddie Greenspan put out the day that we had that fat finger trade, right? Where the market just dropped, in a matter of literally minutes, right? It was like a 20% dip in like 20 minutes or something crazy. So he said, if the pullback does reverse now and we continue past the recent highs, there is virtually no major levels of resistance until $20,000, okay? So let's have a look. Let's dive in. Let's see. So obviously $20,000 is the top. I don't have to mark that out for you. And currently, this is where we are sitting. And you could see right here that, you could argue maybe this has something to do with some of this little resistance we had here. But for the most part, guys, this is just where we're sitting. Now, where are the next levels that we have to break through? Well, if I had to actually pick some levels, all right, the next level would honestly be the 10K level. Because back here we had that, Darth Maul sort of wicked candle, right? And basically that seems to be the next right here, May 1st, 2nd, 5th, we had a little bit of resistance. So the $10,000 level could be the next level. And then if we had to pick a level after that, you could see there was some resistance back here, December, 2nd and 3rd. Then we had a little bit again in January 28th, February 20th, and March 6th. And that was around the $11,750 level. But after that, guys, I mean, it's basically blue skies unless you want to sort of talk about the $17,000 level. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it really could go anywhere at this point. I mean, obviously, if we have a pullback, that's one situation. But, in the other hand, if we go straight up, that's what we're looking at. And if you do want to look at the bearish side, just to be realistic, then I think we'd fall back down to one of these original supports that we had previously, We might even get supported by this line, if you just kind of extend it out here, right? We could say maybe up here, we could still get caught into it, or we could fall down to the $7,474 or down to that psychological $7,000 mark. But, I mean, realistically, guys, we've been going up. The trend is your friend until the end, and the trend has clearly not ended. So until it does, there's no reason to assume for anything massive. We've been talking about a potential 30% pullback, right? But I mean, maybe that was what happened here. I mean, honestly, guys, maybe the pullback that we were waiting for was just, down to here. Maybe that was the pullback. Maybe that was it. So could be, guys, could be. But once again, I just want to reiterate what I said yesterday. This blue zone is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you're wondering what this blue zone is, well, those are all the opportunities that you had to buy Bitcoin and you would have still been up. So if you bought Bitcoin anywhere in this blue area, literally anywhere over the past, literally 3 years, you'd be up. So, my question is, how long are these people going to continue to, stay on the sidelines? And the one thing that I want to point out too is we may not be having an all-time high as far as actual dollar value is concerned for Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has actually hit a record high for the Argentine peso, as you can see right here. So my point being, you can clearly see why Bitcoin is a much better form of, currency than most of these fiats, especially like we've seen in Venezuela. And here's a great example. Had you bought Bitcoin at the all-time high with Argentine pesos, you would be up. You would be up today. Now that is life-changing, guys, and that is really what I wanted to talk about. Now, looking at where we could potentially go, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alex Mashinsky, an early developer of Voice over Internet Protocol. He is the founder of Celsius Network, right? So he basically says that he expects Bitcoin soon, very soon, to tap the $10,000 level. So he looked at the fact that the long to short ratio on certain platforms is still short heavy. Now, obviously, it's switched over recently, but he does say, I think we're going to go above 10,000 before we see a correction because these guys are going to be squeezed out. I mean, they kind of already were, right? We haven't seen the pain yet. We've not seen them cover. They have to cover. And when they cover, then they buy Bitcoins. But the real question that everyone is asking is, why did the price pump? Well, obviously, going back to just simply looking at what was happening, we were getting to a very crucial level. We were closing in on the wedge. We know that Bitcoin tends to be impatient. It tends to break down sooner than later. It doesn't usually get to the end. And as we approached it and broke through into that level, well, obviously, we went higher. But that's on the technical perspective, right? Let's talk about maybe something was happening in the background, right? So let's zoom in and let's have a look. Now, I have this for UTC time to make it easier for this example because I want to show you something very, very, very interesting that happened, okay? So we had a massive, massive whale transfer of 15,000 Bitcoin worth about $120 million. And you could see that this was transferred Sunday, May 26th around 11:04 UTC. Okay, now let's have a look at where that is. Right there, guys, right there. So that is our first green arrow. Ignore these for a second. I'm going to get to these. So that's where that happened. Now, something else happened at this second green arrow, okay? In fact, it wasn't just one more thing, it was 7 more things. So right here at this first green arrow, we have a mysterious Bitcoin transfer of 15,000 Bitcoin worth about $120 million. Then around this second arrow right here, okay, over the course of the next few hours, we have a 709 Bitcoin transfer worth 5 million, over 1,000 transfer worth about 9.5 million. We have another one that's 1,988 Bitcoin worth around 15 million. And these are all, look how close these are, guys. Like seriously, 19 hours and 17 minutes ago. This one also 19 hours and 17 minutes ago. This is another 8 million transfer. Then we have another one about right around the same time, give or take. This is for 800 BTC. Then we have another one. This was, actually this one was a little bit earlier, but this was for 3,724 BTC. And then we had another one right around the same time for a 1,000 BTC, around $8 million. So in just the short span of time, we had this original one right here. And then this second one, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more transactions totaling 8 whale moves, all happening just before the pump. Okay? So I'm not saying that this had anything to do with it, but it's really strange to see that much Bitcoin move, especially considering we actually had seen Bitcoin not moving. We had analyzed all the different Bitcoin wallets and most of them were hodling. They weren't really moving anything. And then all of a sudden we see this massive, massive move, right? And then here's the last one that I want to point out. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to have a dump or anything like that, but I want to just point this out. We had 8 whale movements of all those massive amounts of Bitcoin, and we instantly pumped. And now right here, right where this arrow is pointing, we have had this one. Now, 13 hours and 14 seconds ago, we have had a 1,500 Bitcoin transfer worth about $13 million. But here's the catch. Whereas all of the other ones were sent to unknown wallets, this has actually been sent to Bitfinex exchange. So the question is, why has $13 million worth of Bitcoin been sent to Bitfinex? Is it just a fluke? Is it a coincidence? Should we not be worried? Or is this a big whale getting set up to do some actual manipulation on the real exchanges? Because you guys know futures, you're just betting against futures, right? OTC, that doesn't make any dent. But if you actually physically sell 1,500 Bitcoin worth $13 million and you sell it, especially if you just, do it through shorting or through slippage or something like that, well, that could be a potential case. So I just wanted to keep you guys aware of that. But a lot of people are speculating that it was all of these different crazy amounts of transactions that might have secretly been pumping the price in the background, coupled with also the fact that, technically speaking, Bitcoin looked like it wanted to break out of the wedge, right? So I just wanted to bring that to you. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it was the whales? Do you think it was the charts? Do you think it was just by coincidence? Let me know what you guys think below. I would really, really appreciate it to get some of that from you guys. And also before we go, I know we talk a lot about Bitcoin. I want to talk about Ethereum too. Now, Ethereum is actually looking really positive fundamentally. Now, I'm not talking technically, I'm talking fundamentally. And I just want to give a shout out to investinblockchain.com for sort of compiling this list together right here. And you can see right here, look at this. More than half of the Forbes $50 billion firms are building applications on Ethereum. Firms including Amazon, Overstock, BNP, Paribas, UBS, MetLife, Coinbase, Google, Microsoft, Comcast, Foxconn, Intel, and Samsung. Okay, that's a pretty impressive list. You also have Ethereum playing a part in the development of Web 3.0. We've even had Mike Novogratz come out here and say the good news is that Ethereum is way ahead. Ethereum by a long shot has the most people in the room. Then you have HTC, right? They were saying that they're making a cheaper version of their HTC Exodus blockchain smartphone. They also said that they would support Ethereum and ERC2020s on the new phone. And also Ethereum has been accepted by Amazon's Whole Foods as well, including also Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Gemini Dollar. So there you go. Lots of good news for Bitcoin. Lots of good news for Ethereum. And before we go, I want to end on sort of like this, not controversial thing, but speaking of Mike Novogratz, he actually came out in support of Facebook GlobalCoin a little bit, which is weird. Now, some people are like, oh, maybe he invested in it, right? I don't know. But I just want to play this clip, and I want to just ask you guys what you think about what Mike Novogratz has to say about Facebook coin and about the relationship to Bitcoin.
I think Facebook's wildly important for the ecosystem, right? Because here you have one of the biggest companies in the world saying cryptocurrency is going to be part of our future. They're, if you believe everything that's been written, going to have a stable-ish coin, right? A coin that's linked to hold steady to some basket of currencies, right? That'll be used for payments, right? That's their hope. I don't think that takes away from Bitcoin. Quite frankly, it credentializes the whole space. Bitcoin is not going to be a payment currency. Bitcoin is going to be a store of wealth just like gold. We don't spend gold on anything. You can't buy that pie with gold. Right. It's going to be what people perceive as a store of value.
If I say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have out.
So let me know what you guys think about that. He's actually kind of saying that we might use Facebook coin, GlobalCoin, and it might be good. And he says, though, don't worry, it's not going to compete with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is still going to be a store of value. But it was really weird how he was really like he almost was like stuttering on his words a little bit. Like he seemed a little unsure about it, but at the same time, he was saying, don't worry, it's not going to affect Bitcoin. Also, this was before the pump. Look at that. Bitcoin was still only 8,000 when this happened. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that before we go. Interesting topic. What do you think about Mike Novogratz coming out almost in support of Facebook coin? Do you guys think Facebook coin will really be that massive? You think it'll have that effect? Is it going to help Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? Is it going to be its own like isolated little thing? Let me know what you think about it. It's definitely been a hot topic. And that being said, that is it for today, guys. Keeping a video nice and short today. We had a lot of positive news today. There's not really much else to talk about. It's a good day in crypto. Be safe. And of course, we're going to keep our eyes on this $13 million that went over to Bitfinex. Are these guys going to be looking to sell? We're going to have to keep our eyes on it, guys. It's possible. But remember, the other day, every 30% pullback that Bitcoin had during the run-up in 2017, after that, the next time it pumped, it would pump like 130, 150, 160, right? So when you're in a bull market and Bitcoin has that dump, that's time to DCA, right? So from now on, if we do believe that we are in full-on confirmed, parabolic trend here, then yeah, now it's basically buy the dip and ride the wave, right? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be that simple. There's definitely going to be some scares. There's going to be some, regulation stuff that comes out or some craziness. Hopefully we don't have any more forks, okay? Talking to you, Mr. Craig Wright over there. Now, all right, what do we got to do before we go? We got to give away the ledger. So we had actually 8 videos last week. So we have to go to our random number generator, 1 through 8. Here we go. 7. Okay, cool. So that wasn't yesterday's video. That was Saturday's video. So yesterday was Sunday. So we have to go to Saturday right here. Something like that. I mean, pause that. Go over here. Enter that. 499 unique comments. All right, for the Ledger Nano S. Drum roll, please. Whoever is throwing shade at you can get frecked. Please give me a Ledger Nano. Thanks, Yao Yang. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know how it goes, man. Things get crazy in the crypto space. So I thank you. I do appreciate it. So you are today's winner. All you got to do is hop over to the official Telegram group right here. And obviously, it's free if you're not a member, and you can hit me up there, or you could just go to the About section and just shoot me an email. Obviously, remember, guys, I will never email you first. I will never comment you to email me below. I'll never ask you to send me any money, okay? There's always lots of scammers in the comments all the time. As fast as I can report them, these guys just keep on, they just keep on coming back. So be safe out there. Obviously, you guys know the only way to officially get a hold of me is either through the Telegram, email, and only listen to anything I actually physically say in the video itself. Obviously, that being said, I want to say thank you so much for everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys rock. Enjoy your Monday. Bitcoin to the moon. Be safe out there. And if you haven't got subscribed yet, definitely do that. And also, if you are, remember to turn on the bell notification so you can get these updates right away. You don't want to miss anything. Thank you so much again. You guys rock. I love you. You're the reason that I do this every single day. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. and peace out.